Alright. Remember when I told you I'm not a body guy, so what I'm doing may or may not be right. But anyway, what I did was I overlapped. Here's the piece, the new piece that I cut off the cabriolet. I overlapped it on top of the rabbit body, and this hole, believe it or not, matched up to both of them. And the top edge, of course, matches up to both of them. So I took a saw and I sawed them off through both panels at the same time, so I can give me a gap tight enough I can weld on all the way down. Now that's going to be just a butt welded joint all the way down. Inside of here, where's my drop light? Inside of here you can see this frame horn does not line up quite correctly here, but that's okay. Last night we massaged this thing around where we got it to where it did, and then we're going to weld it solid. When you do that, of course, you're going to have stress in this front clip. So the way this is going to be welded, we're going to weld this side over here. You can see the gap is pretty big. We're going to weld that side first, tack it, to make it solid. Then we're going to weld this side over here and make it solid. And then after we get those two where they can't move, put the outer fenders on, check the hood alignment and all that stuff, make sure this front end isn't completely out of whack. Once it gets front end where we want it, then we're going to convince those two frame pieces there that they're going to have to match up. So we'll have to use whatever force we got to use to get them lined up and then weld that solid. And once we got that welded solid, then we'll have to weld this frame horn here. Is the original one on the car. I don't think it was bent in the accident. Now this silver piece is off a different car. The two of them are not connected right now, but they need to be welded solid. You can kind of see underneath there where Volkswagen had them welded at one time, and I cut it loose. So anyway, we're down to the point now we're going to have to start welding and massaging to get things to where they match up. Now to give you guys an idea, so far I've logged about 20 hours of labor in this project so far. That does include I had a bunch of maintenance to do on the engine. So I had to pull this water pump off, which is a real pain in the neck, change the O-ring underneath it because it was leaking. The oil pump, or the water pump itself, is brand new, so, and the hoses are new. So the only thing I had to do was change the O-ring. I don't know why it started leaking, but it did. So, but to pull that off, you can imagine where that is. And once you put the air conditioning compressor under here, and you put the alternator in here, you put the air conditioning condenser in here, and the radiator fan, it gets pretty busy in here. To change that, it's a real pain in the neck. So now's the time. We got a couple other little things we want to do while we're in here, but for the most part, this is what we're going to do. So we're going to whack this stuff out and keep going. So at least we're at a good spot. We can start burning some rod on here, I think. So start massaging stuff around. Anyway, I'll get the wife out here to run the camera while I burn rod on here. Of course it's really a MIG welder, but wire feed welder. I want to show you the technique you need to do thin sheet metal without blowing holes in it. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Bye.